Here's a better look at my carded Skeletor from the Master of the Universe, I think it's called Origins line. So I picked this up a week ago at Kids Stuff, which is Toy Master. It's by Mattel. These are the more or less a sort of hybrid between the original vintage figures, and they've been sort of reworked with added articulation. So they've got wrist articulation, elbow articulation, knee and ankle articulation. They're designed to be able to pull apart, so you can pull the head off, you can pull the upper torso, you can pull the arms out and just below the knees, or the boot actually. So you can sort of customize these figures with, if you've got other figures in the line, you can swap parts out and sort of make hybrids. So it's an added play feature. Always wanted a Skeletor, so I've been tempted to buy the vintage figure, loose graded. I mean, carded, it goes for quite a lot of money. Face has been sort of updated as well. It's not exactly like how it was on the vintage figure. Probably the one I want the most out of these would be Scareglow, just because it glows in the dark. Great looking figure. Comes with a comic. Card is very reminiscent of the vintage Motu line. Really nice. So you've got Skeletor, Evil Lyn, Beastman, Man at Arms, Teela and He-Man. Got how to I don't know, is that just how to put the thing in his hand? With different articulation. Great artwork there. Really nice. So it's quite amazing how you've got these figures that harken back to the 1980s, and the new Star Wars retro collection also that is the same sort of idea. So you've got figures that are clearly, I mean, they're, you know, I mean, they're saying that say they're aimed at kids, but who's going to buy these? It's people that were around in the day that, you know, these figures mean something to, you know, like the Motu, which is slightly after my time, but definitely the Star Wars figures, you know, really these sort of have a massive appeal to collectors. So, you know, Hasbro with their ones have sort of weathered up the cards and then put a massive sticker on them, whereas Mattel have sort of just left it, so it really resembles the vintage card more. But yeah, this, you know, toy companies realise, and I'm not sure they admit it yet, but you know, they really realise that there's a massive, you know, not need, but you know, appeal to those of us who are maybe as young as 30 plus into our early 50s that grew up with these figures, that, you know, want to buy these, whereas kids now are more concerned with their phones and gadgets and stuff like that. Really nice card back there. I mean, this card is just so much nicer than this, especially on the back, because I mean, it's just writing really, no pictures, nothing. I mean, the front of this is great. Classic Luke Bespin figure, 3.75. I mean, this costs about £10 in the UK. This one's £15, and you get so much more for your, you know, you get a heavy figure. You got a little figure there, but yeah, I mean, really, toy companies I think are gonna be pushing the nostalgia kick for, you know, just to get people buying toys still, and they realise that it's us adults that for some reason have a desire to collect these again. I mean, especially if you had them as a childhood. I never had Motu, but you know, I watched the cartoon definitely, and you know, so and I must have seen them around. So yeah, and then this one, Star Wars, just my favourite toy line ever. So yeah, this is a license to print money or take our money. So that's the Luke Bespin. I'd love to get another Boba Fett. Really nice. And then this huge piece of blue plastic, great figure. So I don't know which ones I'd want to pick out of these. Definitely the Skeletor, maybe possibly the He-Man, because it's just such a legendary figure. And Scareglow. Okay, so hope you liked listening to me waffle and all that sort of stuff. So that's my new Skeletor, which is 15 quid, and this one, which is a tenner. You know, it's just that card back, so appealing, and the figure, just so nice. So, toy companies are smart, they'll know to play the nostalgia card. Alright, cheers, goodbye.